Okay, I'm Matt. Today I'm joined by someone who I think is perhaps one of the most underrated battlers I know, and certainly taught me a lot when I first started getting into the game. So got to give him a lot of credit for my success in PvP. So that's Jamie, more commonly known as Elphidel. How are you doing, Jamie?
Yeah, not too bad. Very kind words, Matt. Thank you. I'm not sure entirely accurate. I think you're probably better than me when we both started, but we do our best, don't we?
Oh, I don't know about that. I still remember the Mammoth Kingdom Cup practice sessions.
Oh God, I swear that contributes about 70% of my Great League battles still on my tally right now.
I must be the same. And the worst thing about that was before there was the mini games with the screens. You had to tap furiously. I remember feeling like I had RSI after that. It was not nice. But yeah, so I've asked Jamie to join me to go through my Manchester Voyager Cup run, which was 6-1. I've asked Jamie because I know he likes his Hypno, I know he likes his Bastion, and he's recently got into Ferrothorn as well. And those are all three things I'm fusing on this team, so I thought he'd be able to contribute some thoughts into some of the strategies I use. I also know Jamie's not afraid to point out my mistakes, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to that.
I'll be looking out for them, Matt.
Yeah, grand. I'd expect nothing less. So my team was Hypno, and I ran with Fire Punch Shadow Ball in the end. So I like the Fire Punch because it beats the Registeel in the 2 shields, which means that and with Shadow Ball, if you get a couple of confusions, Azumarill can't beat you either. So it's a really nice safe switch with those 2 moves. Got the Azumarill with Play Rough, Hydro Pump to take on the mirror. Altaria, Bastiodon, Ferrothorn, and Toxicroak. And I use Toxicroak quite a lot as a lead because if it loses the lead, it generally loses to things that Hypno can safe switch into. So that's a nice little combination there. So that's something to look out for if you see that as a recurring theme. Yeah, so that's it.
Matt, how did you cover it if you had the Toxie versus Hypno lead? Because the opposite Hypno is probably going to have Shadow Ball, so it will give you a head start if you were to switch into Hypno too.
Yeah, I would worry if that was the case. Right. I'd perhaps use something like Azumarill as a safe switch. And then perhaps have something like Bastiodon in the back, because particularly against Meganium teams, if you can use Azumarill to draw out the Meganium, it makes it a lot easier for Bastiodon in the back.
Yeah, good point.
So that was a strategy I used, certainly I think, in round 3. Yeah. So I didn't record the first round for whatever reason, so we're going straight into round 2, which was against, I believe, a guy called Gizmo. And their team was Hypno, Azumarill, Tropius, Probopass, Alolan Muck, and Toxicroak. So Toxicroak's got some nice matchups here. So I'll lead with that and then try and cover it with the double steal in the back for Hypno and Tropius, and then sort of Azumarill with Ferrothorn there as well. So let's get into it, see what happens. Oh, so it's a lovely lead.
Perfect.
He stayed in.
Rock throw as well, so he's got to switch out fast.
Yeah. Nice counter switch. Not much Azumarill can do to Ferrothorn. Overfarm a little bit of energy there.
He did a few rock throws on you there, didn't he, before he switched out? Which is strange. I thought he'd switch immediately because Rock Throw will be ineffective against Toxicroak, and obviously Counter's going to be taking it out.
Yeah, so I've got quite a lot of energy on the Toxicroak now, which is nice.
And which means if he's got Toxie as well and brings it back in for the mirror, then you'll have Mud Bomb ready to load. So
yeah, that's nice.
I bet he will have Toxie with those 2.
Yeah, there you go. Didn't quite get the power whip off, but yeah, as you say, I should be bringing Toxicroak in here, certainly. I hate this match. It's one of those matches where the HP lead feels like it doesn't really matter because the mud bomb does so much of the damage. The toxic front mirror is horrible. And there's the Provo pass. Yeah, so quite a
Comfortable.
straightforward game one. Yeah, won the lead, and I don't have nice switches. So. Now, this is interesting because he stays in again.
It's got to be Fire Punch, surely.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. And he still stays in. So I throw a power up, and if I remember rightly, I switch out. Yeah, I switched because I was terrified of having Fire Punch.
It's massively charged.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm now thinking, well, he got Focus Blast even. I'm hoping the Hypno can win the switch back off the Azumarill with the Shadow Balls.
Ice Beam. So you know you've got the mirror now for the first round if that comes in. In fact, actually, do you have Azu in the back on this one? Because
I think I do. I think I have Ferrothorn, Azu, and Hypno. Ferrothorn and Azu.
That's going to be Ice Beam again. Yeah, because he won't have Play Rough. He won't be running Ice Beam Play Rough.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I switched there. But,
this will take do a lot of damage if he doesn't shield this.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's out of shields. Maybe that's why I shielded. I'm thinking he's got Fire Punch, so I want to get some use out of Ferrothorn.
Yeah. Now, what you do here, because Hypno's obviously will take it out with one Confusion, but okay, Altaria did as well with one. Okay, so his Ice Beam's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, perhaps the play was taken out with Hypno. But I thought I could try and save up a Sky Attack and then hit. And then that's just a misflick. Like I should be Shadow Ball.
Yeah, that Shadow Ball would have finished the game though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and even if it didn't, I've got the Sky Attack as well.
He's massively loaded. He can't have Shadow Ball then, because if he does, okay, and he doesn't need it, does he? To be fair, there's only a small amount there.
Yeah, and then I can't get the Sky Attack off, so he takes game two. So I'm thinking it was nice. Go on.
He had Ice Punch there, so we're assuming he's got Fire Punch and Ice Punch. Did we see a Shadow Ball from his hit?
No, we didn't. But what I'm thinking now is I'll just use the same team because I don't think he has got Fire Punch now. So I just use the same team and I'll stay in with Ferrothorn at the beginning.
Yeah, fair. Because it would be a weird one to run Ice Punch and Fire Punch, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be very odd.
And now you know that his Azu was very unlikely to have Play Rough. It'll be an Ice Beam Hydro Pump. So if you have that in the back and they come up together, you've got the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. There's the Shadow Ball, so now I absolutely know it's not Fire Punch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as you say, knowing I've got the mirror with Azu, I can take a bit of a battery in here with Ferrothorn.
Oh, he's completely out of shields, isn't he? So yeah.
So I just drop a shield there to maintain the switch priority and the shield advantage. I think from here, I'm in a comfortable position really.
So what will he have? Toxic? Oh, okay.
I thought it best to go into Altaria just in case he's got Azu in the back.
Yeah, and now you've got that mirror that you knew you'd get the better of when it turns up with shield advantage. So it's basically you don't need to shield that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saved the shield in case he does a switch to Muck and gets a Sludge Wave, so I can just block that.
Well, they'll both be ineffective, won't they, from him with Ice Punch? Ice Beam and Hydro Pump. So you've won this one pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Just a case of playing up him down. Yeah, the team I used here was something if I remember rightly, I used quite a lot with Ferrothorn, Azumarill, and Hypno. Which between Azumarill and Ferrothorn, they both have quite wide coverage. So if you can use Hypno to win the switch, advantage, normally you can win the game with Azumarill and Ferrothorn. And what's nice about that line of 3 is that none of them are overly weak to other Azumarill as well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a comfortable one. You went with Dragon Pulse on Altaria rather than...
Yeah, I did.
I've got Dragon Pulse in mind, but I was tempted with Dazzling Gleam just for the Umbreons, because it's big TDO with Umbreon. Is that something you'd thought about? Or?
It is. But I think the Stunfisk was more of a concern for me. So I think I like the Dragon Pulse to hit the Stunfisk neutrally. And then in the mirror as well, I know Dazzling Gleam's it's good for the mirror as well, but I think the Dragon Pulse comes a bit quicker, doesn't it?
Yeah, and stab as well.
Yeah. So that was round 2. So now on to round 3, which is against the Magician, who won his regionals. Sorry?
Good player.
Yeah, very good player. And so he's actually running the same team as me here. It's a complete mirror. So with this team that I go into here, with Azumarill, Bastiodon, and Ferrothorn, I'm thinking he's going to use Toxicroak. So my plan is to try and either catch it on the lead with Azumarill and try and take it out with Azumarill, or use Ferrothorn to bait it in. And then that way, once Toxicroak's gone, I can then sweep with Bastiodon. So that's the plan. So let's have a look. Never nice playing a mirror, of course. It's an okay lead, but as I say, I know I need to save Azumarill for Toxicroak.
Shadow Ball, won't it? No, oh, okay. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah. So I saved the energy on Azumarill, thinking that if he'd got Toxicroak, he'd bring it into Ferrothorn now.
That flash cannon does a lot of damage, doesn't it?
It does. It does a lot to Blaziken as well in Forest Cup. It does about 70% to Blaziken.
I mean, it does so much that because Toxie is quite squishy, you can quite often take it out. Did he have enough for a Sludge Bomb there? Or, yeah, no.
I didn't want to risk it with all the energy I had.
Yeah, true.
So now I know his Toxicroak's gone, and so the best thing he's got in the back to take on Bastiodon is either Azumarill or his own Bastiodon. So I'm just going for Play Rush to make sure I land 2 of them. Perhaps could have squeezed out a Hydro Pump there, but it doesn't really matter. I got the shields, so that's what's important.
And unless he's got Focus Blast, which is going to be Shadow Ball, Thunder Punch, okay.
Yeah, I think that was the most popular set to begin with, wasn't it? I think Ice Punch picked up some speed towards the end when Altaria started becoming more popular.
Hydro Pump would probably just about KO you from this range, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. I've still got my shield.
Yeah. He needs the bait, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Ice Beam. Okay, so we know you've got the Azu mirror going forward. Oh, nice switch.
Yeah, I think that won me the game, really, that switch there. Although Ice Beam...
okay.
Yeah, Bastiodon just about comes through. So I'm expecting him to lead something that in game 2. I'm expecting to lead something that beats Toxicroak for some reason. So I go for Azumarill, just because Toxicroak's so good. So he goes for Azumarill, so I lead Ferrothorn, which works out nicely. And I stay in power with him here because I know to beat Azumarill. Oh, sorry, you cut out there.
Yeah, because you know he's got Thunder Punch Shadow Ball on his Hypno, don't you? Which is...
Yeah, and I know to beat Azumarill, I don't actually need that much health with Ferrothorn.
A bait for a bait.
Yep. I know he likes his baits. So he's a bit mind gaming. And I know I can still tank a Shadow Ball from here, so
Yeah. Fire Punch would probably... Would that take him out from here?
I'm hoping so.
No.
Surrender the switch advantage, which is unfortunate. But I've got a lot of energy on Terraform, and I know that my Azumarill is his.
Yeah. What was his third? Have we seen his third yet?
No.
Toxic, okay.
Again, as we know, this will do a lot of damage if he doesn't shield.
Hmm.
And if I remember rightly, I've got a Hydro Pump saved on Azumarill.
Ah.
Oh, I don't get it through though, so I have to spend the shield.
He's got to... Yeah, I was going to say he's got to bait with that, but it's not going to make any difference anyway.
Now it comes down to the Azumarill. I've got Play Rough.
Yeah.
So that's to make it 2-0. That's it. I think I win this.
Yeah. You 2 more play roughs and he needs.
Yeah. My concern is if he can Hydro Pump and finish me off with an Ice Beam, but I think I get 2 play roughs first. Oh yeah, there's no way you can win this.
No.
Oh, might be close.
It will be close, but you just hold off, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
A couple more bubbles he needed, I think.
Yeah. So that's 2-0, and so I didn't bother recording the third. So round 4 was against Adelian. He had a very interesting team. He had Venusaur, Skarmory, Registeel, Togekiss, Scrafty, and Stunfisk. So what I'm thinking here is that Altaria puts everything into his shields apart from Togekiss. Like it'll just about muscle past Skarmory and Registeel. So I'm thinking I'll lead Altaria to try and keep switch advantage. That way I'm not getting anything caught out by Togekiss or Scrafty. I think I'll lead Altaria. I can't remember what I have in the back. Yeah, I think switch advantage is going to be crucial here because he has so many things with such polarizing matchups. And of course, works out nicely over Lander Scrafty.
Switch to Stunfisk.
Yeah, so I switched to Hypno there just to make sure I don't get it caught against the Scrafty later on in the game.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think I don't bother baiting here because if he's expecting a Thunder Punch, or if he's expecting me to have Thunder Punch, I do bait.
Yeah.
Strange decision. I bait a lot more than I usually do. But that's a strange one. But I'm prepared to let Hypno go here.
Yeah, he might even power up punch. Yeah, thought he might do that. He probably expects you to shield that, but I don't know. Because how much will foul play do to Altaria with 1 power up punch boost?
Oh, I'd expect about 40-45%.
Right.
Yeah, and then.
Oh, that was yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why he switched out there because he had his power up punch advantage. He had a shield as well. Well, it wouldn't have made a difference with Bastiodon in the back, but
yeah, I think I bring Bastiodon all 3 games here just because the Togekiss is so threatening to Altaria, which is so good against the rest. I think I have to bring Bastiodon every game really.
Yeah, And Skarmory obviously would just be decimated by it. I know Flash Cannon does a bit, but
and it's pretty even against Venusaur if I remember rightly as well.
He's got to bring in. He must bring in Registeel now. Now he knows that you're bringing in Bastion.
I'd have thought so. Yeah. So
Yes,
there we go. This is where Fire Punch comes in nice because I know that if I double shield, I win. I beat the Registeel, and then keep the switch advantage, which, as we were saying, is crucial when the opponent's got things like Togekiss and Scrafty and Skarmory.
He knows that you've got Fire Punch from the last round as well, so I'm surprised. Unless he doesn't know this matchup, he might assume that Registeel beats Hypno.
Yeah,
shield, but because otherwise you get out of there.
Yeah, unless he's trying to take a shield advantage.
True.
Oh,
did you have a Fire Punch ready there?
Yeah, but I'm so intent on keeping switch advantage here because of the Togekiss. I'm happy to look a shield there. I don't think I bring Bastion on this game actually.
This would be a mud bomb, I would have thought.
Yeah.
I'll have to take you out.
Yeah, go to Altaria because, well, I don't want to take super effective discharges, but I also don't want...
It does a bit of damage there, doesn't it? Oh, actually, no, not as much as I thought.
I don't want Altaria caught against the Togekiss. That's the big thing. I know I've got a Sky attack there, so if worse comes to worse, then I have to take Togekiss out with that. And do.
So you're going to have Aerial Ace? Ancient Power.
Goes for the boost. I remember this tournament, Vincey Wincy from Manchester. He was doing his 10 times in this tournament, and one of the games he looked like he was going to win apparently, and then his opponent got a double Ancient Power boost with Togekiss, and then all of a sudden that's game, isn't it?
God, I was surprised how much Play Rough did to Togekiss there. It almost makes it, well, did about as much damage as an Ice Beam would have done.
Oh, it's squidgy, his old Togekiss. That's for sure. So here's the Dragon Pulse coming in nicely, just to get that extra bit of damage to stop him getting to the discharge.
Yeah.
And again, I've not got the third recorded, so let's just move on. So that's... so I'm now 5-0, I think. No, I'm 4-0.
A couple of good opponents through there as well. It's weird that you met the Magician so early.
Yeah, well, it was a big tournament and it was round 3, so yeah, it still is a bit early actually. Yeah, still early. So going on to round 5, I've got this guy Missigno, and their team was. Pull it up. Hypno, Azumarill, Altaria, Toxicroak, Melmetal, and
Melmetal.
Yeah, so that was something I hadn't really considered when building this team. So I'm a little bit weak to it, really.
Yeah, because Melmetal with Superpower is going to be a bit of a threat to Bastiodon, Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
He's going to have Rock. He'll have Rock Slide rather than Thunderbolt, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd have thought so. But because he's got nothing really that can take out Hypno with 2 shields, because I've got the Fire Punch for Melmetal, I do quite like Hypno as a safe switch here. So let's see what I do. And then if I can get rid of the the Meganium somehow, Azuma looks good as well.
Would one Earthquake from Meganium take out Bastiodon? It probably would, wouldn't it?
It comes very close.
It's double effective.
Yeah, it comes very close.
Oh, this is an interesting lead. Okay.
So I think I'm trying to switch to catch the Superpower. But,
he's wise to it.
Yeah. But here, I think I've got the 2 confusions I need to beat Azumarill if I double shield. Unless he double baits me with Ice Beam.
Oof, that's a good choice to shield that.
Yeah, yeah. So I know I have to double shield here really to win the switch advantage to keep Ferrothorn away from Melmetal. I'm almost certain a double shield here.
Right, so it's a play rough variant.
That means I can't reliably beat it with my Azumarill as well, which is really nice.
I love Hypno's switching. It's so good if you get that head start on charge.
Yeah, against any team that's not got a dark type or Gastrodon, it's pretty safe, isn't it?
We've still got a lot of charge on this.
Yeah. I'm thinking I should be able to reach a Hydro Pump before he throws off 2 or 3 Rock Throws, though. I'm just hoping he doesn't switch out on my Hydro Pump. That'd be a disaster.
He's got to try it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Are you going to do one more fast move now before you throw it, just in case? Because he could quite typically. I thought he'd have switched there.
And this is one of the things I like about Ferrothorn, is that with a bit of energy, it can really take on Altaria quite comfortably. It's like, imagine if you were stuck with Meganium in this matchup instead of Ferrothorn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd be awful.
So yeah, so that's round 1. Round 2, I'll switch it up and lead as Azumarill. As I say, as long as I can keep it away from Meganium, it's really good. And with the Hypno Save switch, I should be able to do that. So let's have a look.
How does Hypno go against Meganium with Fire Punch?
So I think with Fire Punch and Ice Punch, I think it wins if you double shield or 0 shields. If I remember rightly, it loses the 1 shield.
Right.
But you can't give it too much of you can't give Meganium too much of an energy lead.
Yeah.
So those frenzy plants hurt.
Is he play rough? This will be play rough, won't it? Hydro, okay. Yeah, you were thinking that was a play rough as well, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I was thinking, well, I'd have gone to play rough in that situation. So just hoping my opponent did. But...
Okay. Okay. To get to the Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
What's he switched into there?
Perhaps a mistake there, surrendered switch advantage. Although I don't switch just so I can keep the switch for later if I need it.
I think he's just trying to get a supercharge advantage on his Melmetal there, because he knew that he could just farm off enough with the confusion resistance.
Right. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think I bottled it. Do I go for... Oh.
Yeah, it's so fast at charging.
Yeah.
And obviously with Thunder Shock as well, I know it doesn't do a lot, but it chips away at Azumarill.
Yeah. So I think I switched immediately into Altaria here. Yeah. Oh, that just melts through it.
Yeah.
Catch the Azumarill switch in, which is good. If he gets into the Sludge Bomb, it's game, but just about squeeze the Sky Attack through. He can't have been far after the Sludge Bomb.
Did he have a charge on his Azu there? I can't remember from earlier in that round.
He might have had a little bit, you know. He might have had a little.
But not enough to have a play rough loaded.
No, I don't think so. But had he got the Sludge Bomb, he'd certainly have won. He'd certainly have won there. But again, I haven't got round 3 recorded. So now Gamefreak recorded. So now we're on to round 6. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. It's Mijmchouke. Mijmchouke. I think he's Dutch. Now these games were very scary. You'll appreciate his team. I'm sure.
There's some really good Dutch players, you know.
Yeah,
In the draft league that I'm in, there's a handful of Dutch guys who are superb, really, really good. You don't see them as much in Sylph tournaments, or I don't anyway. But yeah, there's some good players over there.
yeah. Well, a few weeks before this, I actually played Go Tactical in the in a Voyager
Great
Cup.
player. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was running a Logan Raichu at the time, and it beat everything on his team. Everything on his team. And he still managed to beat me.
Yeah, he's metronomic.
Yeah.
A really, really good player.
He reads mind. He's something else. He's something else. Yeah, this guy's team: Hypno, Meganium, Altaria, Bastiodon, Alolan Marowak, and then the thing
Shadow Blossom.
Shadow Blossom. So my thought process is here. Right, he's got Shadow Blossom. He's going to use it, isn't he? He's going to use it. And I'm also looking at that thinking Bastiodon can do some work if I can get rid of Meganium. So I think I'll lead the Bastiodon and then try and protect it from Meganium with Altaria and Toxicroak, if I remember rightly.
That's a brave lead. Well, actually, no, because it'll do all right against Marowak as well, won't it? With Smackdown.
Yeah, it'll beat Marowak for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about the matchup with Belossin. With
Razor Leaf, with the Shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Never seen
concerning.
him.
Yeah, so Bastiodon lead, Altaria, and Toxicroak in the back here.
Oh, okay. What rank's your Bastiodon?
2.
Is there a break point?
I have no idea. Try and... I don't know why I Stone Edge there. There's no reason to Stone Edge at all. Probably just a misclick. Was
oh, here it is.
So yeah, he switches first, and that's crucial.
Yeah. I mean, he's hamstrung there, isn't he?
Yeah. I throw the Sky Attack there, and then I realise immediately that it's a mistake because now Bastiodon comes back in. So I tried charging the Sky Attack a little bit, so I could almost wait out the timer with Altaria, so I wasn't trapped.
I see what he's done now. Yeah. Okay.
It's concerning. This is concerning. Yeah.
That's quite clever, actually.
Yeah. It's a sack swap, isn't it? It's really clever.
Are you going to switch into Toxie here, or?
I'm so confident. He's got Meganium in the back, based on how he's played so far. Yeah, I go to Bastiodon. And then so I played a bit risky there, but I thought because it was such an odd play that he did, sort of managed to put 2 and 2 together. So I protected the Toxicroak. I'm thinking I've got 2 shields, he's got a bait, so I let the frenzy pump through.
Yeah, so that's why he switches in Blossom then, obviously, to try to draw out your flyer so that Meganium has a chance later on.
Yeah. So now I think I've got the 2 shields of Bastiodon.
He'll still have some charge, I think, with his Bastiodon, won't he?
Yeah, but he's very low health.
Yeah.
So I made a note there that I sort of won with 2 shields remaining because that's something I do is I often lose with shields remaining. I'll leave Toxicroak this time because I know it's got a good matchup against all 3 of the 3 that he used. That's not good.
Do you do the one counter before switching just to give you a split second of thinking time, or?
I did the 1 counter because I know the 1 counter will go through before the 1 confusion.
Okay.
So I do the 1 counter to it could be crucial later on if I'm trying to get to a stage bomb or something. Yeah. Now I shield this.
Right.
I shield this because I know I need to win switch advantage. With Hypno lining up against Toxicroak, I'm done. just as silly as it sounds, I shield a leaf blade with Terraform.
That flash cannon did a fair bit of damage. I think because of the shadow variant, it's not quite as TDO as its normal version.
I have those double shield leaf blades. Just cannot allow that. Cannot allow that Hypno to block in my Toxic Growth.
You could have bullet seeded him out there, no?
Possibly. Didn't want to take any risks.
Yeah, fair. It's going to have Ice Punch, isn't it?
Yeah. So I go for the Dragon Pulse for the extra damage here, hoping it'll be enough. I think not. However,
you're good though, yeah.
Yeah. I think I might just count. I think I just counter this down. But yeah, and that gives me the Sludge Bomb that I make with. Yeah, but this should take it out, I'm sure. Yeah. There we go, 2-0. Again, I've not got the third recorded. So I remember playing those games and just being completely on edge, just not knowing what to expect. As it turns out, I used the double grass both times, so I called it right. But
what was this guy's team?
What was his first team?
No, what was his? Oh, is this the same? Okay, no, I just.
Yeah, no, sorry, I didn't bother recording the third. I wasn't 10x in this, and I wasn't expecting to share them as I am doing now, so I didn't bother. But yeah, I can't remember what he did in the third. So this was the last round. The stage leader Sky, an American player who was elite at this point. I was the only player going. So the last round, I was the only player at 6-0. So this was for the sweep. It was quite nice because I knew that even if I lost this, I'd tie for first and got my first platinum badge on my trainer card. So that was quite exciting. He's got the same team as the person I had in round 5, so I was feeling quite confident actually. He's got the Hypno, Azumarill, Altaria, Toxic Rope, Melmetal, Meganium. So again, I was thinking Hypno safe switch, Ferrothorn's pretty good, Azumarill's pretty good. I thought, it worked in round 5. Hopefully it'll work here. So there we go. So I think I'll lead Ferrothorn again as I did in round 5. I think anything he leads is good for me because I can either safe switch to Hypno, or if he leads Altaria, I can get a Flash Cannon then safe switch. The worst possible lead is Melmetal, really. Ferrothorn, and there's the Melmetal.
Yeah. Let's go farm for a bit.
Yeah.
And then it's still going, right?
I'm still feeling good here because he doesn't know I have Fire Punch, so if I can get the back-to-back Fire Punches and fire him both off, it put a bit of shield pressure on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know I'm behind now, so I try and just squeeze out every advantage I can with the bait, and it doesn't work. Try and switch when I'm too slow.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, as you can see, quickly going downhill here. I'm hoping to catch a Thunder Punch here, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. There's not a huge amount you can do on Melmetal here. He's got shields.
Yeah, I'm just hoping the power whips that up a bit.
He's just massively overcharging to get to superpower twice, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I might even do a rock.
Yeah, rock slide.
This will be a rock slide, won't it?
Yeah, just finish it off. I remember being.
This won't do much.
Sorry?
I was just saying that won't do much with the nerf on the rock side.
Still got that shield. I remember being furious at this.
Thunder punch, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Just about man.
It wouldn't switch, would it?
No, it took me a couple of attempts, but it worked out okay. I was hoping I could get to a Shadow Ball to try and burn the last.
Yeah, you have. Okay.
It farms me, and then he's got too much. He's got too much health.
Yeah.
But I was fairly sure that was the right strategy.
There's not much you could have done there. I think the lineup at the beginning was just so hard that. Oh, well, that implies he doesn't have play rough though.
Or maybe he was doing it just to hide.
Possibly. Yeah. That would be smart. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking in game 3 that I'm so confident. In game 2 that I'm so confident that that's the right strategy. If he leaves anything else, I've got a chance of turning it round. So I think I'll leave the same 3. I think I'll just use the same 3 and just try again. Which is a bit risky, but as you can see, patch the lead.
It's going to go straight into Melmetal, yeah, okay.
The Hypno save switch to try and win with the double shield.
It's done a bit more damage than I thought it would do, that rock slide.
Yeah, me too. But I can tank 2 just knowing that I can still double shield. The thunder drops aren't gonna fake me down.
I was going to say, would you be tempted to use one shield to get to your next fire punch and get rid of both of this?
Yeah. I think I'd probably win switch really.
Oof. Did you undertap there? I know it's not the same as it used to be.
Oh, I can't tell. It's going too fast. But I know I think they've brought it back in again with the latest update. Apparently, I saw PV Poke tweet out that overtapping's back.
Right.
That's something to be careful of.
Yeah, you're back in with Ferro.
I think.
You didn't even think about that. Were you not tempted to just throw out a quick flash cannon and?
No, no. It might have even been a blind switch, Yeah,
it looked like it.
Yeah, but yeah, I knew that Ferro versus Asu matchup was worth saving.
Fair.
Yeah, and I think also at that point, what could he have gone into that was gonna? I mean, he wouldn't have switched Meganium into Ferroform, so I felt confident with switching to Azu.
Yeah, it's comfortable, isn't it? To be fair. All right.
So down to the decider. He's not used Meganium yet, so I think what I do here is
Altari.
And I lead Hypno, thinking I can just win switch advantage with that this time, and then I use Azumarill as my switch. Because he's not been using Meganium. Unfortunately, I don't have the Ice Punch, so I can't win the 2s here. So I'm in a bit of a bad spot. I do my switch to Azu, and there he goes.
Yeah.
And that feels like game to me. I think when I was playing this back with the so when I record with the sound on. Sometimes if I make a strange decision or something, then I'll just make a note just to say why I've made that decision. So when I'm looking back, I can explain it to myself. But there was a few expletives. There was a few expletives when that meg came in. The earthquake does more than I realised it would do as well to Ferrothorn. That's worth knowing. So I'm down switch advantage, I'm down shield advantage. It's it's game, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do there.
Yeah, but I mean, clearly he's a top player. With the Melmetal that I didn't really consider, and just having the the thought process of being able to bring in Meganium.
I was going to say he'll shield that Shadow Ball there.
Yeah.
Would it have made a difference if you'd have done a second bait with Fire Punch there to get off the Shadow Ball afterwards?
Perhaps, although I didn't get to the Fire Punch in the end, so maybe not. But there we go. So 6-1, my first platinum badge. I was still pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, and losing to a player as good as I did, I felt quite pleased. I was a little bit annoyed with myself at the end that I didn't stick to the same line of 3 with the Ferrothorn lead, but I thought couldn't work out whether that was too predictable or whether he'd sort of go one step ahead or whatever.
Double guessing yourself.
Yeah, and it's never nice, but as I say, I was chuffed with the 6-1. Yeah, there we go.
That's quite an unmapped team. There's a lot of TDO in there.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Azu, Hypno.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough spice in there with the the Fire Punch Hypno. It's
yeah, true.
When I started running the team, I started a couple of tournaments previous to that with Flash Cannon and Bastidon instead of Stone Edge, just for a bit more damage on the Azu and for the mirror and to help out with Probo Pass. But it lost me more games than it won. I think it's nice. I think it's better in fresh battle situations, but when when you're in the middle of the game and you need energy, the Stone Edge comes a few smackdowns quicker and it's so much better. But yeah, very unmatched team as you say.
It worked well.
Yeah, it did, and I think with Forest Cup, the team I've been using is fairly standard as well. So maybe I've had a bit of an epiphany. Yeah, I think. I don't know. Perhaps I think with Voyager being so, your opponent's going to have a Zoom roll. They're going to have Registeel or Altaria. They might have Bastion. You can't get around that really with just fun, gimmicky, spicy picks. Really. So I think I sort of came to the conclusion quite early on that I need to not mess around. I started off with Gallade.
Right, okay, that's more like it.
Yeah, but I soon realised that Hypno was far superior. So I went with Toxicroak instead. But yeah, so there we go. Plenty of Ferrothorn action in there, which was nice, given that it's going to be so prominent in Forest Cup. It was nice to use it a little bit. I don't know whether you remember, but I've had this Ferrothorn since Sinister Cup.
I remember you getting it really early on, yeah.
Yeah, I was using it before, I think it was before the Power-Up Punch nerf, because Poliwrath was a thing, wasn't it? And
yeah.
It was beating, even when Bullet Seed was terrible, it was beating Poliwrath. But then once Power-Up Punch got nerfed and people started running Dynamic Punch, couldn't quite keep up with it, so I had to drop it. So it was nice to use it again for the first time in a while. It's got one of those unique typings, hasn't it, where it can cover a fair amount of things that not much else can.
Ferrothorn's great. It's a great Pokemon. I think it's. I think a lot of people realised just how dangerous it was through Voyager Cup. Like before then, I personally didn't know how much damage it could do until Voyager, and then when I tried it out. I think you mentioned to me actually about trying out Flash Cannon instead of Mirror Shot. As soon as I switched that, it was like, wow, this thing can do some serious work.
Yeah, and with the Bullet Seed as well, you can hit things fast. Yeah. Similar with Jumpluff, and then we were talking about Jumpluff, weren't we, around that time? Sort of, I kind of think, initially I thought Jumpluff was a no-brainer. I thought as soon as the Bullet Seed buff came, I thought, well, imagine if Tropius wasn't banned. Imagine if you could have Tropius as your flex pick. I think what I liked about Ferrothorn was that Charmers were becoming a problem. And it's difficult to rely on Bastiodon as the charm user because when your opponent's got Melmetal and Azumarill and Toxicroak, if you bring Bastiodon against that three, it's done for. Whereas at least Ferrothorn, if they don't bring the Charmer, it can take on Azumarill. It's got a bit of utility in there, so I quite liked it as a second anti-charm option. Really, didn't end up playing out that way in this tournament, but it certainly did. At other times.
Did you ever come up against any fire? Because fire would have been. There's a fair bit of grass, as there always is with these wide meta tournaments, and then obviously with Ferrothorn, Bastiodon's not too bad, but still feels it. Did you ever see any Castform Sunnies or any Cherims that are running Weatherball Fire? Or?
Not to my off the top of my head. I don't think I did. There was a few Alolan Marowaks. But I think when you've got Azumarill, Altaria, and Bastiodon on your team, it takes a brave person to bring a Alolan Marowak.
Yeah, true.
So I was even when I saw them, I was quite confident that they weren't going to be brought against me. And then even things like Hypno, if you land a Shadow Ball with Hypno on Marowak, you can do 80% or whatever. The Toxicroak can chip away with the Mud Bombs. So I wasn't particularly worried about fire, to be honest. I think it was different early on. I think Marowak was really big, but then once Stunfisk, I know you're a big fan of Stunfisk, aren't you?
Yeah, it's great. It's great Pokemon. Yeah.
Well, hopefully then you'll tune in to my next video. My next video is going to be with Aero Bubble on his regional sweep. I think he was using Stunfisk quite a lot from what I hear. So. Hopefully we'll get to see Stunfisk do some work in the next one.
Yeah, that was Aaron, wasn't it? I remember I was in that tournament as well. Yeah, he did well because Stunfisk was only released about 2 or 3 days before that tournament. So we're all trying our best during lockdown to find a way to pick up the required Stunfisk candy and IVs needed for that. So he did well to get one in time for that, to be fair.
Yeah, I think you got one as well, and then Jen did as well, Miss Ivana. So I think I was really annoyed that they dropped Stunfisk because I was really enjoying Noctowl. I think when you see the video I did with Lost to Lapras, Noctowl was immense for him, absolutely immense.
Noctowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really good. Because before Stunfisk was around, there was a lot of Toxicroak, Alolan Marowak, Meganium cores. Then once Stunfisk came out, the whole Toxicroak, Alolan Marowak thing was less popular. And Registeel as well, of course, was less popular, but which I know beats Noctowl, but it was quite often the only thing on the opponent's team that really beats Noctowl. So yeah, I was really annoyed because I was really happy with Noctowl, but we had it last season as well with regionals where they dropped Probopass the night before. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because I remember picking up my Probopass and getting it ready and switching it in for Bastiodon for that tournament as well, which I don't know. In hindsight, probably wasn't the right call, but it's always fun when you get a new toy to play with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember someone down the street from me put Magnetic Lure on the night before, so I was sprinting down the street not knowing how long these Magnetic Lures lasted, trying to get a Probopass for regionals. I mean, it worked out all right for me. I know I didn't win it in the end, but I was pleased.
It was very, very close second to Muzz from memory. I think it literally came down to the very, very last click.
Yeah, it was.
I think he stacked his 2 charge moves right at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, all I needed to do was squeeze one Psycho Cut through from Medicham onto Skarmory. Couldn't get it, but there we go. Maybe next year. Well,
I'll be doing my best to prevent that happening, Matt, but we'll see.
Of course. Well, thanks for joining me, Jamie.
Very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Nice one. Catch you later.
Cool. Cheers, all. See ya.